First, I would like to invite Tista Sen. For Tista Sen started her career with White Light Films and went on to work at Litnas and then at JWT, a career spanning over 2 decades, starting from ad film production to mainstream advertising and brand building with a diverse portfolio of multinational and global brands like Unilever, Nestle, Cadbury's, GlaxoSmithKline, Diageo, Aditya Birla, Standard Chartered, Philips, ITC, Godrej, Shoppers Stop, AMFI, Reliance, Johnson& Johnson. She has been ranked among the 20 most creative people in Asia and won numerous medals across the world, including Cannes, Clio, AdFest, One Show, D&AD, Spikes Asia, including the Grand Prix, and has been on the jury of several global advertising festivals in India and abroad, including Cannes, D&AD, Clio, LIA, Great Awards, Spikes, and the New York Festival. She is the co-founder of The Collective, that's a voice for young women in the industry when it comes to discrimination and gender inequality, and has been ranked among the impact of first most powerful women in advertising and marketing for 5 years in a row. Passionate about storytelling and the power of the written word, she is the only Indian to be published in the modern love column of the New York Times. May I now invite Tista Sen, please.
Good evening, everybody. It's an absolute honor to be here at this very special occasion for a very, very special person who's very close to my heart. Colvyn, congratulations. The last to leave the party and the first to make sure you have a drink in your hand, which literally happened right now. So cheers. But today is about Colvyn, but the other side. Not what advertising portrays, but really the person who I know, the person behind the persona. I have been privileged to work with him when he was my CEO. His PA used to call me on my extension saying, "Boss wants to see you." What's the mood, I used to ask, ready to face whatever was in store. "It's Colvyn," she said. "He's always in a good mood. Come up." And that was a leadership lesson right there. How do you make your people feel? How do you put them at ease? How do you diffuse what is a potential disaster meeting? I've seen Colvyn with clients, big CEOs, brand managers. I've seen him with his colleagues, with interns, with his people. And he's absolutely the same. And I think that's leadership lesson number 2. You stay true to who you are, irrespective of who you are speaking to. Colvyn knows everybody. And everybody wants to know him. Judging Clio in far-off Bavaria, I met a creative guy from South Africa who asked me to give him his regards. "Do you know him well?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. "Had a great evening in a bar." Yeah, that's Colvyn. This is very personal. I'm going to share 2 personal, actually, stories about my relationship with Colvyn and what he means to me. The first really is when I was offered shares with JWT, and my bank balance being what it was, I said no. And then Colvyn called and specifically said, "Rob a bank, steal from your parents, bust anything you have, but take them." It's advice that's really held me in good stead ever since. There was a stature to JWT, and that stature was Colvyn. We had the best times and the best wines, and we worked really hard for both. I'm going to end on something else that is something that's, again, special for me and will stay with me forever. When I became NCD many years ago, Colvyn didn't give me a letter. He took the 3 of us, Senthil, Swati, and me, to the Four Seasons for lunch. And when dessert arrived, we were told this is a Colvyn special. It's something he had ordered. So we lifted the cloche, and of course there was no dessert. But there was a white card, and it said NCD, and that was my new visiting card. Now I think that's classy, I think that's cool, and I think that's advertising the way it's meant to be, and I think that epitomizes Colvyn. I've become many things since then, but nothing has ever made me feel so special. So thank you, Colvyn. I just want to end on two things, which is around agency culture. Because agency culture is not a thing. It's real, it's alive, it makes you feel you are heard no matter what your designation. And it emanates from the CEO. Colvyn made JWT the place where you belonged, where you wanted to linger long after work was over, where there was much laughter and much empathy. So kindness, grandiose, large-hearted, and always a people's person first. I find it annoying you keep looking younger and fitter, but that's Colvyn. May you have the best malt, the best life, and always the last laugh. Congratulations again.